Well. Welcome in, all you filthy animals. Happy friggin' Wednesday, everybody. Gosh, I'm pumped. It is officially July. It's the start of July. You know what that means. Very soon, it's going to be America's birthday. So a happy early birthday to us, or USA. Guys, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It means that from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's 8 p.m., baby, Mountain Standard Time. And we're live. If you would be so kind and Spartan kick the like button for me just one time, just do it one time. Let YouTube know that we're here. And, of course, if you're part of the replay squad, hit me up in the comment section. Guys, what was in your pocket today? If you're part of the Only Spartans Discord, shout it out in the Only Spartans Discord. If you're not, shout it out in the chat. In my pocket today was this guy. Just got done cleaning the tape off of this. It just went through some packages. People are always like, oh, your knives always look so clean. You must never use them. I do. I just don't have very hardcore use case scenarios. Like, here it is, 15V, big brown bear, all of this edge retention, and I just use it to pop open boxes. I mean, but I don't leave them bad. Like, if you have tools like this that you love, you got to take care of them. So what do? You know, I hit it with some eyeglass cleaner. Ironically, this stuff actually works really well. It's primarily rubbing alcohol, I think. But not only does it leave your glasses with a streak-free shine, it also is really good at cleaning tape gunk off of your blade. They're like, why do you care? Are you so vain? I mean, yes. But also, knives cut better when the edge isn't gunked up by tape. So there's that. So that was what I carried today. I carried this guy. This was my knife. I also carried... Hold on. Got to get it out of the pocket. This is a billet spin zirconium and titanium pen. It's super simple. Like, no super complicated, mechanism. It's just a push top. It's not even clicky. Like, listen to that. It's not even clicky. I can't even annoy my wife with this. But it works extremely well. It's very, very well made, and it's beautiful in its simplicity, and I love it. So, yeah. My carry today, super simple, nothing too hardcore. Love these Rips Garage Tech contoured diamond milled scales though. What was in your pocket? And while you guys let me know, I'm going to go head on over to the chat and say hi to some people. Let's go, Marco, first person in the chat. Welcome into Henry G, Laid Off Pete, Revolving Blades, Charles Wooden, Joe Kasparek. We've got Jim Miller. Jim, good to see you, brother. We've got the Pawns. Pawns, welcome in, man. Going fast. Ed B in the house. What's good, Ed? Mr. Vavelsky, C. Kobe, Greg McCutcheon. We've got Tom Cook. He says, good evening, all. Hey, Roll, what pocket clip screw did you use for the Slysz Bowie Lynch replacement clip? That's a great question. I have a box full of spare screw parts. The screw that I used was a T8 sized body screw from an aftermarket Para 3. It's an aftermarket Para 3 body screw is what it is. All I did was I just looked at it, the pocket clip screw, right? And then I tried to find something that was a little longer, because that's the issue is that the stock Slysz Bowie pocket clip screw for the wire clip isn't long enough for the Lynch Northwest replacement clip. It's just a little too short. Lynch Northwest actually reached out to me and they're like, hey, which screw did you use? I'm like, I wish I could tell you guys. It's the same screw, just little bit longer. You know what? What the heck? I'll just grab the knife and I'll show you guys. All right. Had to get it out of the case. He's talking about this clip. I absolutely love this clip on this knife. This is justice for the Slysz Bowie. The Slysz Bowie is an amazing knife. Even people that hate Spyderco knives because they don't like the non-standard look at the blade, you know, this is one of those knives that brings people together because it's just a good classic looking design. But wire clip, nothing ruins a good premium, you know, $400 knife like a wire clip. Anyways, Lynch Northwest recently released these. These are their modular titanium milled wire clip replacements, and it's great. Yes, Rip's Garage Tech has a wire clip replacement. I have one. It works pretty good on regular flat slab style scales, but the problem is that these are contoured, and so the Rip's Garage Tech milled wire clip replacement doesn't really work all that good for the Slysz Bowie because it doesn't have enough clearance. That's the problem. It's got a clearance problem. You know what this does not have? A clearance problem. Look at that. No clearance problem. It is, it's really good. Super easy in and out of the pocket. Does it add some thickness to the side profile? Sure. But I would say that it's no worse than what you get out of the clip on a Quiet Carry 9, if you are familiar with that knife. Either way, on this one, you can't see it, but I went in there with just one of the spare screws I had hanging around, and I am positive that that screw that's in there is a aftermarket Para 3 body scale. Body screw. I always keep all the tiny screws. Like, my wife looks in the drawer and says, why? This is why. Because 8 months from now, I don't know if I'll end up needing it. You never know. You never know. What I would do, honestly, if it was me, I would just, if you have a spare set of Spyderco screws hanging around, grab one. Just grab one. Just start grabbing some extra spare hardware. If you've got a bunch of Kaiser knives, Kaiser always sends spare hardware with their knives. Dig those out of the box. It doesn't matter on the Lynch Northwest clip because you don't see the screw at all. So it really doesn't matter. Like, the screw that's in here is not matching whatsoever. Now, what really surprised me on this is the fact that it actually fits flush against the scales. Like, there's no big spaces underneath. And you might be looking at it saying, how is that possible? I mean, they're contoured scales. They are contoured, but the place where that clip screws in is actually flat enough where the clip itself fits flat. That's great. That's great. So, is it cheap? No. The modular clip is $70. I think you can get it for like $65 if you go for the stonewash version. This one is the satin. I got the satin to match the blade, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, definitely for this specific knife, definitely my favorite clip. I also got one for my Spyderco Sage 6. I ain't looking back. Apparently, these will also fit on the brand new Vosteed Vombat, which I just released my video on this guy literally like 30 minutes before I went live. So if you're looking for something to do after the live, go watch the video. I timed the scale swap because that's kind of the trick on these. I timed the scale swap, and I will tell you guys this. Crossbar style locks are notorious for being difficult to do scale swaps for because you always have to put something in the pivot hole. Otherwise, you know, when you take the scales off, you have to take the whole thing apart, and you don't have to do that on these. Super, super easy adjustable crossbar lock, super easy customization. I would say more, but just go watch the video. Help a brother out. Go watch the video. Show some support. It's a cool knife. For some people, they will say it's too small. I know. Look, we can't all have average sized hands. Some of you guys have real bear paws out there. Anyways, good to see you, Tom Cook. That was a bit of a monologue on my part. Hope it helps, man. Do I recommend it for the Slysz Bowie? Abso-freaking-lutely. 100,000,000%. All right. Mike and Ike CDC, what's up, man? He says stopping by to show some love and smash the like button. Spartan kicked that like button one time, brother. Thank you so much. And Rebel Rouser says, here he is, Rollshambo. It's me. It's me, and Mario. Wicked Dream, what's up, man? Good to see you. He says Marco is always first. I'm willing to bet that Marco was also one of those people who was first in line to see the Star Wars movies when they came out. You remember that, going to the movie theaters when Star Wars was before they had all the episodes? You go to the movie theater, line would be out the door and around the corner and, backed up a mile long. I bet you Marco was first in line there too. Marco's that kind of guy. He's prepared. Comes in early. Need to drink some water. Hold on. And yes, that is water. Henry G says that means the year is half over already. I can't believe it. I feel like it is still just the start of the year. Absolutely mind-boggling. The Pond says the like button. I circled it lightly and then tapped it with my left pinky. Oh man. He nip flicked the like button. I see what you did there. Just a light little nip flick on the like button. Cicero, congrats, man. Congrats. He says July is wire clip month. Maybe your top 10 wires. I don't like any wire clip. I really don't. I mean, the closest that I've come to liking a wire clip is this, and that's because it has this little titanium piece right there. And even then, I'm like, should I just go ahead and buy another wire clip replacement from Lynch Northwest? Maybe I will. I'm not sure. Wicked says I spit on it, streak free shine. And you guys are killing me. Roman M says Protean Warnie Wentz. Ooh, did you get one of the new blue Protean Warnies? I believe B Devious got one and he put it in his pocket check for today. And I'm signed up for Prince Customs newsletters. I just am. And when I saw those release, I'm like, those are going to sell out so fast. And sure enough, not that I could have bought one at the time. I don't have the cash. I've spent far too much on Spyderco scales and Spyderco. June was the month of Spyderco for me as far as modifications. I still have videos to make. I got this new clip / scale set, which I think looks amazing. I got another pair of 3 and 15V because 15V is, going the way of the dinosaur. I got scales for my smock. It's a lot of Spyderco last month. All right, the chat's jumping. I'm going to try to catch everybody that I can, but we might just end up skipping to the bottom. High Tide EDC, John Tagamori. We've got Paul Mills. What's up, Paul? Kevin Smith and Knives, welcome in. Let's go. High Tide EDC says 3D scanning, R&D engineering, and one hell of a CNC machinist. What are we talking about? Is that what you do? Jim says, I keep all sorts of spare oddball hardware. Save me many a trip to... I don't have it in me. Once you pay for hardware on a knife one time, it makes it impossible because it doesn't take up a lot of space, right? I probably have enough hardware to assemble 50 knives in that drawer. But it doesn't even take up a whole drawer. And you never know, especially when you are into modifying and customizing knives, you never know when you're going to need it or when you're going to have another knife that loses an important screw and maybe you don't have extras specifically for it. You can dig in your extra, your spare hardware. It has come in handy many a time. All right. High Tide says that was about the fit and finish of the Lynch clip. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, the guys over at Lynch Northwest, they do a good job. They make a super quality product. They're definitely a good company. Plus, they're here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. They're in the Pacific Northwest. I order something using, U.S. Postal Service, ground saver, and it still gets here quickly. Jim says Lynch has a buy 3 get 1 free clip going on. Really? Let's go check it out. Boom, here we go. Buy 3 get 1 free. Wish I had known about that. Freedom sale. Buy 3 clips, get 1. Oh, standard bent clips. You have to read the fine print. It's standard bent clips, which is probably for the best, because 3 of their milled clips would be expensive. They do have a new clip that I saw recently that actually looks pretty cool. It's a new milled clip from them. And of course, you can get it stonewashed, sandblasted, polished, dark abyss. Looks cool. I was thinking about doing this for my shadow smock because I replaced the scales with the Kevin Smock scales, but I haven't done anything with the clip yet. And I was thinking this could be cool. $48 for a milled clip is not bad. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just also not bad. They show it on some knives too. They got it on a smock. They got it on a Yojumbo, on a paramilitary 2. Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I'll say this. This is also one hell of a clip right here on this Para 3 Rips Garage Tech milled clip. I like that they do the texturing. You can get it in the same texture as the scales. I thought that was pretty cool. John says, Roll, you just need a rec blade, reblade for one of your Spyderco. If I could stop spending money, I could probably afford one. I have a problem though, and the problem is that I see all this stuff. I'm like, ooh, I could do all of this, and I have no restraint. Bob Tism, what's up, man? He says, yeah, the fluted clip looks nice. It does. Anyways, if you didn't know, Lynch Northwest running a buy 3 get 1 free on their standard bent clips. Now you know. Tom says, by the way, I ordered my Lynch clip last Thursday and they arrived on Monday. I'm on the East Coast. Lynch is good all the way around. That's crazy though, because even if they shipped it same day, the odds that it makes it all the way to the East Coast just over the weekend with U.S. Postal Service. Man, the USPS is awful right now. They are not reliable in the slightest, especially on their cheapest shipping option. And then word on the street is that they're raising the cost of priority shipping. Tell you what, now might not be a bad time to go ahead and buy some stock in UPS. I know UPS is getting quite a lot more busy lately. Come on, camera. Good enough for government work. Anyways, guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and hop in and do some pocket checks. So I already shared with you guys what I carried today. I carried the Para 3 with the Rips Garage Tech Contour Diamond Scales, and of course my trusty pen from Billet Spin and Zirconium and Titanium. Love that. Let's see what everybody else carried. If you don't know what this is the Only Spartans Discord, and the Only Spartans Discord is where we have all the fun. If you want to join in the fun, become a channel member. Membership starts as little as 99 cents, and we're only going to focus on building the Discord community further and further I got a lot of things in mind. But one of the cool things that we do here is live stream pocket check. So if you want your pocket check featured on the live stream, consider becoming a channel member. Once you're in, you're in. And yeah, let's go ahead and scroll up here. I believe. All right, we're going to start from the very beginning. Very first pocket check of the day. Well, there's quite a few. There is quite a few. Nick T starts us off with the CKF Evo and the Riot Iron X. That's super nice. Every time I see your Evos, I always get a little bit jelly. I like it. I like it. And then I think that's the Serge Panchenko pirate. What does he call that? It's like pirate coin, or he does those really cool coins. And then that's not a half bad Seiko watch there either. That's really nice. Very nice, Nick. Thanks for sharing. We've got the Ponds coming in hot with the Spyderco. The Spyderco with looks that only a mother could love. the Spyderco Dodo, which, believe it or not, I actually still want. It's so ugly that I actually want one. But I bought so much Spyderco stuff last month, so much Spyderco stuff, that I could not actually, like, it didn't make the cut, which is ironic because we're talking about knives. It couldn't make the cut because I bought so much Spyderco stuff. And then, of course, the Vosteed RS Chaos and the Olight Warrior. Very nice. Holy cannoli, Jim! Jim! Jim, thank you so much. Rolling through, celebrating America's birthday with 10 gifted memberships. Congrats to Marco, Bob Tism, Scott, B Shady, Carlos, Robbie W, Me with Knives, Robin Dallum, and Dolomite, who were recently gifted channel membership by Jim. Jim, thank you so much and congrats. Welcome in and welcome back to the new Spartans. Guys, if you're not in the Only Spartans Discord, get over there. Get over there. It's one big party. You could be as active as you want or not. Thanks again, Jim. We definitely appreciate it, man. Moving on with the pocket check. We've got 747 with the Bodacious, modified Bodacious. He's got the rock scale design scales, Lynch Northwest pocket clip. That looks good. Looks very good. He says S30V because Mr. Glesser won't allow the Bodacious to have nice things. You think Eric, goes on a walk with Sal back into their, their steel warehouse where they stock all their steels, and they point at the gigantic pile of S30V and they're like, "Look, Dad, this is why we can't have nice things." I'm pretty sure Spyderco and Benchmade have the monopoly on the remaining S30V stockpiles. Would not be shocked at all. And listen, people love to talk to me about it because I made a video on how I said S30V is dead. People didn't watch the whole freaking video. They watched like the first half, and then with their attention span of a hamster, they clicked off after leaving a comment like, S30V is a great steel. Like, I never said S30V was a bad steel. I said S30V does not perform up to its price point. That's what I said. I said for the same amount of money, you can get a steel that will perform better, that will be more corrosion resistant, and will hold an edge longer. That's why S30V is dead. That's why people complain about paying $200+ on knives that have S30V, because you can get better steel, better performing steel all the way around for the same price after you reach, I would say even after $150. S30V is a perfectly good working steel. And if you're happy with the knife at any price point, that's what matters most. But people love to give me a hard time about it. They're like, "Oh, look, Rollshambo, it's got S30V." At least we have a conversation there. Dude, the Bodacious looks great. And honestly, I would buy one, except for the fact that I already overspent on a Shaman. Also in S30V. Yours looks great, though. Absolutely love what you did there with the scales and the clip. Nice work, man. Matt coming in hot with, he's got the Devo Tall Boy, the SPP Tie Scribe Go, the bandana from Becky and Chris, and a trusty Zippo. Fantastic. Fantastic. Really like that shot. The Devo Tall Boy is one of my favorite knives in my collection, period. And I loved it even more after I put my own edge on it. My recommendation to anyone that has a Tall Boy, yes, S90V will hold an edge for a long time, so you shouldn't have to sharpen the factory edge, very soon. You will get a better edge on your Tall Boy if you put your own edge on it. I highly recommend, if you have a guided sharpening system with diamond stones, put your own edge on it. You don't even have to do anything crazy. Like, you don't even have to do anything too crazy. 20-degree edge angle seems like that's factory. Will follow the factory bevel. So if you don't want a super fat bevel on it, go to 20 degrees. 20 degrees is really, really good on the Tall Boy because it's still thin enough behind the edge where it's going to be perfectly slicey, but also thick enough to have a good amount of strength. And when you do your own sharpening, you knock off any bevel burn. Nope, it's not a word. I'm making it a word. Bevel burn. It's what happens when high friction heat is applied via the belt grinder. When they grind the edge bevel, the secondary bevel, a lot of times that heat will transfer to the edge and you'll get an edge bevel that is sharp but won't be as performance oriented as it will be after you manually put an edge on it, because those grinder belts cause a lot of friction heat, and sometimes it can even burn the edges on a perfectly good knife. So once you actually put your own edge on there, you will truly uncover a world of performance, and you will be able to finally get the best performance out of that S90V. Absolutely love my Tall Boy. Nice shot, Matt. Thanks for sharing, buddy. Ace Paylone coming in hot with he says, what does Jimmy Buffett know? It's 2 p.m. somewhere. Why is the paramilitary 2 hitting the snooze button? Stop it. You can't go back to sleep. No snooze for you. Very nice, man. I'll tell you what, I like those scales. Those scales look great. Those are the Metin Boss snakeskin scales, right? Pretty sure. Craig Vincent coming in with the Cold Steel 4MAX Scout. He's got the Mangana Steel Kaimano. He's got the FM1. He's got the Rat 1 Demco 80-20.5. He's got a Swiss Army knife, and then a Civivi Vision FG. Holy cannoli, I got them all. Normally, I suck at, identifying knives. You'd think. Here's a man who reviews knives all the time, and yet he sucks at identifying even knives that I've handled. That's what happens. You end up with too much stuff in the brain. You got to make space for it somehow. Kevin Smith and knives, he's got the, should we start from the bottom? I feel like I should know what this fixed plate is. I think I see a Kubi logo on it. Devo, that's the Devo Mash, right? And then the Tempest, it's not the Jetstream, right? Tempest knives. Casey's gonna have my hide over this one. Tempest knives, Jetstream. Isn't that the Jetstream? Thought it was the Jetstream. Yeah. Jetstream. Yeah. I told you guys I was horrible at knife identification. He's got the Jaeger M, the Brian Brown Jaeger M. That looks like a V3 based on the pivot. The V2 still had a circular pivot, I believe. So I'm pretty sure that's the V3. I had one and I let it go. And I honestly, I kind of missed the fact that I kind of regret selling my Jaeger M. Is it a knife that I would spend another $300+ on? Maybe, for the right one. I think most of the reason why I sold mine is because I got a really cool one. I got one in dark matter red carbon fiber from St. Nick's Knives, and it was super limited. I think they only did 80 of them. But the one that I really wanted was from Crane's. I think it was Crane's Cutlery, and it had the gecko camo carbon fiber, and that was the one that I wanted the most. He's got the Serge Panchenko slip joint. Very nice. Super nice. Man, the chat is jumping without me. Hold on. Hold on. Legend in the house. Happy America's birthday to you, Top Dog. Thank you for the $10 super. He says, say something to make us laugh. I mean, hold on. No, I won't hit you guys with the dad jokes. I'm just kidding. Maybe. I'm a menace, okay? I collect dad jokes. And I put them in my little archive and I pull them out for later. Top Dog, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the $10 super. Randy Butternubs, what's up, man? He says, I have the M4 mint green pair of 3 coming from Blade HQ. Hey, congrats. That's not an exclusive I see a whole lot out there. I like M4. M4 has the same problem as Rex 121 and 15V, and that is that it's not super corrosion resistant. I live in dry Idaho, so corrosion resistance isn't really a thing for me. And but M4 will rust if you look at it sideways. It really will. Kubi, it's the Kubi Aries EDC Bloom. I didn't know that he partnered with Kubi. I wasn't sure. I was going to say Aries EDC, but I saw the Kubi logo on the blade. At least I thought that was a Kubi logo. Yeah. I didn't know that he did one with them. See what I know? Apparently not that much. Apparently not that much. Ed's coming in hot with the Corvid M. Always a great carry. I like the Corvid. I feel like the Corvid is one of those EDC knives that's very unapologetic about the fact that it's apparently the design of the Corvid was supposed to be like an axe head. It's supposed to be stout and yet slicey. Not very many knives can pull that off, but they do on the Corvid. Okay, so it was the Jetstream. I was about to go apologize to Casey. He's like, what the hell, man? You reviewed that knife. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Bob Tism says, not Chin Lee Katana, the fan one. What? I don't understand. Ace Palone says, here's my favorite. What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt. Top Dog says, we all being liking the live. Why not smash the like button? Do it for me. Smash that like button. Please. Let YouTube know that we're live, man. I would definitely appreciate it. All right, let's continue on with the pocket check. Vivelsky, he's got the Shaman in 4V in 10V. That's a River's Edge cutlery exclusive, and he paid extra for the Scorpion logo. I wondered, do people actually pay for the laser etching of the Scorpion logo? I always wondered, but they do. It's in CPM 10V. That's not a steel you see a whole lot out there. He's also got the Devo Tallboy. He's got the Peachy G9. I absolutely love the Peachy G9. During my move, when I was moving 1,000 miles, I had to open and close a ton of boxes. The Peachy G9 was easily the MVP of my move. Love that knife. And then, of course, he's got the TRM Neutron titanium frame lock. Solid shot. Very nice. Laid off Pete, he's got, I feel like I should know what this is. feel like I know what this should be, but I'm drawing a blank. Ooh, here he is. One sneaky beat. He's got the new Prince Customs Protean Warning. That's the one. This is the most recent drop that they did. I want to say that was like a week ago. Honeycomb pattern, milled scales, new Warney harpoon style blade. And then he also got in on the Machine Wise Mojave, their latest drop. I believe that one's an S90V. Look at those scales. That transition from the green to the blue is beautiful. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, though, I still wouldn't trade it for my Machinist Proof. Machinist Proof number 28 is amazing. It's basically pre-production. I paid to get in on the ground floor, and I love it, and I carry it, and it's not as beautiful as that, but it is something that I don't feel bad about carrying because it's a light wash on the blade, and the handle scales, they're very scratch resistant. So I carry the crap out of my Mojave, and I do not feel bad about it at all. $800 carry, don't care. I'll carry it. I'll carry it. That knife was built to be carried and used, and I would do that. The problem with getting one like this that's this beautiful, and the reason why I haven't, is because I would feel bad about scratching that up. I really would. My Machinist Proof version, not at all. Oh, man. Charles Wooden says, had to break out the needs work after the last live, carrying it with the new Bel Air. Oh, the blast from the past. This was my first serious pocket knife. When I say serious, I mean I bought it specifically for the purpose of using for work. I was doing something called fire camp in high school. And I needed a knife because at fire camp, you handle all the supplies. You're constantly popping open boxes. You have to cut up, burned up fire hose, stuff like that. You're basically the firefighters' support in their camp. It's a crazy thing. I don't know how many places do fire camp for high school students, but you know what? $12 an hour and you get to go camping. Like, you get overtime immediately when you're out on fires. It's great. But the Forest Service told us, they said you need to make sure you've got a good knife, and they recommended Kershaw. Went down to my local Ace Hardware, and I picked up this guy, the Kershaw Needs Work. I didn't even know it was called that until recently when I decided to look it up. It's the Kershaw Needs Work, and it blows my mind that he has one in really good condition. In super good condition, right next to the Bel Air. It kind of makes me want to find one and buy. Like, I probably still have the old one somewhere. It's crazy. Charles, it's crazy that you have that knife. On mine, I lost the body screws on these during fire camp. And so I just poured Gorilla Glue where the screws were supposed to be. And it worked. The handle scales didn't come apart. It didn't mess with the action. Assisted flipper warning. Why not? A gas station knives. He's got, I don't know which Riot that is. I do not know which Riot that is. Ooh, Wicked Dream. He's got the neutralizer. What? That's the Utzler neutralizer. That is absolutely stunning. That's not even fair how beautiful that is. That pivot system, gorgeous. The milling on the contoured scales, not to mention the highlight of all of this, which is a perfect mirror polish, which I am sure that Wicked Dream put on here himself. That is bananas. Hey, Top Dog coming in hot with another $5 super.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Top Dog, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate all your generosity. Henry G says, Rolls, I can't take the money with me, so I definitely got that Scorpion logo on my 10V Shaman. I was curious because I almost bought one, and I was like, if I buy one, do I want the Scorpion logo? Is it kind of like putting vents, like the fake vents on your car? Does it make it faster, or does it just make it feel faster? I don't know the significance of the Scorpion logo. You guys have to help me out here. Okay, like I'm very, very uneducated on the Scorpion logo from River's Edge Cutlery. Like, can you put it on any other knife? Or is that specifically only something that they put on their 10V knives? I think I've only seen it on their 10V knives. I don't think you can put it on everything else, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. Rebel Rouser with the light carry today. The Jack Wolf light carry. That's cool. See, Kobe's got this slightly customized S45 Yen Pair 3 and Gonzo FH41S with indigo Rit Dice scales. You know, to this day, I've still never checked out. A Gonzo. That might be a slight injustice. I've heard great things about them. A Day says ASMR. I love a good ASMR. Hold on. That's pretty good. I like the acoustics on that. Ooh, Gizmalion. He's got the Vosteed Leopard. He's got... why am I blanking on this guy right here? And of course, the Drift LCT. I'm going to skip on this one. I always get this one wrong, and I always feel bad when I do. I always get this one wrong. I know that Tempest Knives designed that one. I know that that's a Kubi knife designed by Tempest Knives. I also know that that's a Drift LCT. Every time I see one, my resistance to buying one is weakened further and further and further. And every month, just so you know, every month I intend to buy a Quiet Carry Drift LCT. And then I get distracted and I end up buying something, you know, like for Spydercos. Like I could have bought a Drift LCT last month, but I got distracted. Maybe July is the month where I finally get one. I know I want one. It's that simple. Fred the Lug says, my mail call and pocket check today. The Wee Coral with the SLT, very nice. And the KB Knives Pioneer with insane milling. Ooh. I still need to experience the SLT flipper. I keep meaning to do that. I just wish that GTC, Gustavo T. Cicchini, the guy that designed the SLT flipper, went back to working with American companies. Like he used to work with ZT, right? Can we please license out the SLT flipper to, I don't know, like Hogue, or I don't know, like Microtech? I don't know, maybe Microtech would just design a new version. Is that too soon? It's a joke. For those who don't know what I was talking about, Microtech came out with the ZBP, and their ZBP, their zero blade play mechanism, looks very similar to Grant and Gavin Hawk's Deadlock mechanism. I haven't looked into any updates on that. I wonder, has there been any updates on that? Let's do Microtech versus Hawk Knives. I can't help it. I've got to look this up. Anything new? I don't think there's any news on this. Yeah, there's no news on this. Anyways, SLT flipper, super cool. All right, guys, and I think that's it. We're going to get back into the chat. All right. Welcome into I'm on the Edge. He says, I just got my Knives inmate yesterday. Hey, congrats, man. I hear people absolutely love their Knives knives that they've been getting. Need to get my hands on one of those. Maybe I should just reach out to Jared and be like, Jared, I got to do it. I got to do it for the channel. He might be sold out. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Neve Knife. Is it Neve Knife Co? Is that what it is? Holy cannoli, it is. Neve Knife Co. Is he sold out of all of his? I think he is. Yeah. Ooh. I can definitely recommend these Atoma stones. I have one. I believe it's a 140. It's a great flattening stone / reconditioning stone. Yeah, I think he's all sold out of his own knives. Not surprised. Is it the Wii Inmate? Hey, Blade HQ still has at least one. Ooh. This is the one that this is the one that I would have a hard time saying no to, specifically with the Damascus inlay. That just looks beautiful. Some people would look at that and be like, that's ugly. I think it looks great. I think it looks great. I love how aggressive this compound grind is. That's extremely aggressive. They pulled no punches on it. $400. Oh. But you get two big old Damascus inlays. You get a 3D milled pocket clip that honestly at this price it should be blind screwed. That pocket clip should be blind screwed. At this price point needs to be blind screwed. But you get Damascus, you get a really crazy grind. A lot of people don't understand this, but a grind like this cannot be machine ground. Like this has to be ground by hand on this blade. This blade cannot be done automatically on a regular, 3D milling machine. No, this has to be ground by hand. Whenever you do that, it raises the cost of everything. $400. I wonder if they have one on White Mountain Knives. The Wee Coral. Hey, they do. So you know what that means. You just go over here. I'm pretty sure my discount code still works here. Add to cart. Yeah. So you could spend $400 at Blade HQ plus taxes. Or you could go to White Mountain Knives, type in RSB10, and get it for $360. Let's go. Look at that. Free shipping, no taxes. America, baby. Love it. Absolutely love it. That's really hard for me to avoid right now. But you see, this is what happens. I'm over here talking about how I want a drift LCT, and then along comes this knife distracting me. This is why I keep missing out on the drift LCT. I'm on the edge, says rocking a Vosti Leopard. Love the Vosti Leopard. Highly underrated knife. Highly underrated. Fred says ZT made one knife with the SLT. Yeah, the 0055. I knew that. He says, but apparently it's very hard to make a production of it. I had an opportunity to get a ZT 0055 on Blade Binge, but they wanted so much more than what it was worth brand new, and it wasn't brand new. And the guy got it from a pawn shop, so he paid like $100 for it, and it just bothered. Like the markup on it bothered me. Can you buy one on eBay? Yes, you can. Oh, $600. Oh. And they had the gonads to list it as condition new. No, that is not new. That is not new. It is out of the box. It is quite literally not new. Grinding knives? No. That's the name of this scalper right here. And yes, I would consider that to be a scalper. $5.95? No. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. I refuse. What did they go for brand new? I think they went for like $200 brand new. Discontinued, out of stock. Yeah. What? See, this is what I'm talking about, though. Look at this. When they were in stock, Knives Ship Free had them going for $151. Dude on eBay wanted $600. No. Nope. What? All right, here's one from Polish Custom Knives for $691. But check this out. I can actually kind of understand this because a lot of custom work went into this. It says pimped out by Micho. I don't know who Micho is. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Come on, picture. Load. There it is. That's gorgeous. I can believe that because those scales have been rocked and sculpted. The blade has been, what is that, acid washed? So it's been rocked, sculpted, anodized. The blade has been refinished. So I can understand that, right? Because a lot of extra work went into making that knife look like that. That was $691. Out of stock. Out of stock. Of course. Ace Palone says, Rollshambo, go over how to get in on the pocket check. How to get in on the pocket check? Hold on. Top Dog says, people are saying to go to pocket check again, Rollshambo. Hold on. We're back at the pocket check. Did I miss one? I don't think so. Jim says, Rollshambo, Discord did something stupid. Hit pocket check. What? Hold on. What am I missing here? Do I need to like refresh the page? I'm going to scroll up. I missed a lot of chats. Hold on. Says the knife was the concept Thunderhead. I always forget that. I thought it was Kubi that did the Thunderhead. But no, it was concept. All right. Alrighty. So if somebody was asking, how do you get in on the pocket check? The pocket check is on the Only Spartans Discord. How do you get into the Only Spartans Discord? You got to be a channel member. If you are a channel member, I'll show you how to get there. Channel members, go to YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel. Okay? That's youtube.com/Rollshambo. You go there. In the post section, that's right here. It used to be called the community section. Now it's called the post section. If you scroll down, the second post is a members only post, which means that only channel members can see this. And it has an invite link. Once you accept that link, or once you click on that link, it'll take you to the Discord. If you have a Discord account, it'll have you sign in. If you don't have a Discord account, it'll have you make one. And then from there, you can just stay in the Only Spartans Discord. So once you're in, and you can stay there as long as you'd like. Even after your channel membership runs out. And this is available to all channel members, whether you're a gifted member, whether you're a 99-cent recruit, whether you're a Spartan at $3 a month, or a battalion commander at 10. Everyone has access to the Only Spartans Discord, and this is where I'm going to be focusing on building the channel's community. So if you want to be a part of that community, even if you don't want to do the pocket checks, you could hang out and chat. We also have the knife yard sale. We've got people always ask me for the Steel Snobs knife steel comparison sheet. That lives here. We share stories, we share carries, we show off new knives. Like, check this out. The Pond's got some new scale clips recently. That looks awesome. Those are original goat scales, right? I think so. Gizmalian got a brand new Zero and Echo from North Mountain Blade. And the bolt, the CJRB bolt, super cool. But we have a lot of fun here. So if you want to join the community, it's not just pocket checks, but we do those every single day, not just on live stream days. But that's how you get to the Discord, fellas. Go to my YouTube channel, go to the posts section, and if you're a channel member, you will be able to see the invite link to the Discord. That's how you join. Fred says, Riot now has an SLT knife, and we has 2 models with SLT. Those are all GTC knives, though, aren't they? I don't think he's privately licensed that out. I think they're all collaboration knives with him. Jim says, that's hideous. The ZT0055. The face only a mother could love. I'm on the edge says, I have a Max Ace Blacklight 01 021C, which is the one with the Damascus blade. Pretty knife, but I may sell it. Hey, go to the Only Spartans Discord. Pop that in the knife yard sale. Paul says, I carried my Medford 187 S90V and my Transparent Knives rebladed bug out today. Ooh, very nice. I still need to reach out to Brian at Transparent Knives and see if I can get in on those books. I really should. I really should. He says, I love gorgeous knives, mostly. Fair enough. All right. All righty. It's been a while since we've actually trolled through Wide Mountain Knives. Let's see what's new. And if you're trolling the website, RSB10 gets you 10% off. It's not an affiliate code. It is just a discount code. Wide Mountain Knives does not do affiliate codes, which I think is totally fine because they're really fair on their pricing. They don't have taxes. They don't charge shipping. And they give every channel out there a 10% discount code. The James Brand Carter. G10. 80-20.5 textured titanium. 315 for the non-textured handle scales titanium version. Word on the street is that Demco is actually working on an American version called the 80-22. So it's going to be smaller than the 80-20, but unlike the 80-20.5, it's going to be made in the US. Real steel Munin dagger. It looks kind of gnarly. I like those scales. The diamond crosshatch is sweet. Who designed it? Ivan Braganets. Probably mispronouncing that. Ooh, we've got some Poi Kilo action right here. The Poi Kilo Tuna M Midtech. Look at that. That's beautiful. M398 hand satin finish, contoured scales, Damascus clip. Beautiful. Oh, my bad. Zircotite clip. Titanium with DLC coating. So it's DLC coated titanium that's been contoured. Hand satin finished blade. I wonder if that thumb stud is also DLC coated. It doesn't say. Mirror stonewash. That does not look like a mirror stonewash. That is hand satin. Is White Mountain Knives high? That is not a mirror stonewash finish. That is hand satin, sir. Know your blade finishes. Pearlescent stonewash finish. I could believe that. I really could. $450 for that one. The Tuna Mini S1 Pearlescent. Hey, shout out to Jay Korskinen, channel member for 21 months. Says, I like rocks, patch. You know, that would be good on a shirt too. Mick Ranger, what's up, man? He says, yo, Rollshambo, good to see you, and all my knife peeps. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great evening. What's up, Sierra Rick? He says, Rolls, what up? What up? Good to see you. Fred says, just finished making a knife today with crystal zirc backspacer, clip, and pivot. Not allowed to show pictures for about 2 weeks at the maker's request. Ooh. Well, when you are allowed to show pictures, make sure you show the Only Spartans Discord. I want to see that. Oh, shout out to Blue Minati Ninja Blue. He says, oh, dang, I'm still here. 16 months? 16 months? Blue. Thanks for riding with the channel, man. Man, we've got the diehards in here. The OG channel members. If you guys noticed, their logos, their emblems are different. So I did set it up so the channel member emblem will change the longer you've been with the channel. So the longer you've been a channel member, the logos change over time. I want to say it's 6 months, a year, and then I think I've got one for 2 years. I think. Maybe. Have to check on that. Anyways, Paul Mills, channel member for 12 months. He says almost a year. That is exactly a year, Paul. That is exactly a year, brother. Thank you for riding with the channel. Todd Carr. Todd. Says, what does this button do? Look, anytime you post, I'm going to tell you guys right now, anytime you post your anniversary month to show how long you've been a channel member, I will Spartan kick that button for you. 100%. That is my commitment to you. All right. Now we've got to do this thing where we go to quiet carry. We do this every live stream just to make sure they still have the LCT that I want. Drift LCT. Please tell me they haven't sold out of the one that I wanted. No, it's still in stock. I'll be honest with you guys. I was kind of hoping that they would have it on sale. I was really hoping for a 4th of July sale. But there it is. The knurled, stonewashed handle, stonewashed blade LCT. $380. Look, I love my Quiet Carry 9. My Quiet Carry 9 is one of those knives that I look at and I say, there really is no, like, if you're looking for factory excellence, there's the land of diminishing returns, and that all happens after the Quiet Carry 9, right? That's the standard. That's the standard when it comes to perfection of factory made knives. And the LCT, if it is what I think it is, could potentially be one of the only knives to really challenge that. If it is what I think it is. Look at this. Lock tabs, LC200N, Vanax super clean blade, titanium scales. This is truly a saltwater knife. Truly. Ceramic washers, 5.1 ounces. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I really like the blade shape. I really like the fact that they have a deployment hole. I really like the half and half knurling fine milling. I think that looks amazing. This might be the month. It might be the month where I buy one. It's getting really hard to resist, guys. Ron Dobbins, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Says, been around, just in and out as usual on the road a lot, so can only watch one live at a time. I can't believe people watch multiple lives at a time. I can't believe it. Mick says, just do it. You guys are not helping. You are not helping. You know, I still got bills to pay. I'm renting a house now. You know, it comes with its own problems. I'm not a homeowner yet. We're working on that. We are working on it. I wasn't going to buy a home in Colorado because homes in Colorado are ridiculous. Like, we're talking $500,000 for a starter house. And I wish that was an exaggeration. But unless you're buying a fixer-upper that has roaches, you know, you're spending $400,000 or $500,000 easily for a starter home. So we moved, and now we're in the great state of Idaho once again. And we're going to be looking at buying a home at some point in the next, handful of years. But right now we're renting a house, right? And I'm starting to learn all the things about taking care of a house. Like, for example, I take usually about 30 minutes to get ready for my live stream, right? So here I am. It's 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, and I'm working on making sure my live stream is set up and I'm good to go. And then I hear a crack and a crash. And I look outside the window, and the tree right outside my window had about 8 to 12 feet of dead wood snap off the top of the tree and land, and it nearly hit our fence. And our neighbors are outside, and I'm walking outside, and they're like, "You're so lucky that didn't hit your fence." I'm like, my fence? My fence? I'm a renter. That's not my fence. And I am not accountable for acts of nature per my lease. So I reached out to the actual homeowner. I'm like, hey, you guys might want to get somebody out here to clear this, this snag from this tree. It's not my job. It's not my job. I am a renter. I'm a renter. We're already taking better care of the yard than they did. We've done so much yard work. I'm learning all about all the ins and outs of living in a house and not just like a condo. Like, we've got a yard. There's yard work now. I'm looking forward to getting a riding John Deere lawnmower at some point with a cup holder. My off-white New Balance shoes. I'm ready. Blue says, frig that. And here I am freaking out about finding $50,000 for a trailer to replace ours. Never mind. I think I'll be happy with $50K. Dude, still, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. And my heart goes out to Blue. Blue recently got hit with his own act of nature that makes, my tree snapping in half over here seem like nothing. Hope you're doing well, Blue. I hope the family's, recovering. Hope you guys are doing well. We're thinking about you. You know, it's tough. It's tough when you live in Tornado Alley, right? You're in Tornado Alley, right? Did I get that right? I think I got that right. Anyways, Mother Nature always wins. Bobtism says, okay, I found the right Discord. I don't drink and internet. I plead the fifth. Ron says, Roll, what one do you like better, the TW Price Dawn or the Zorn knife? I've actually tried a Dawn. I tried a Dawn V2 and I loved it. That being said, if I had the money to buy one of those two knives and the choice was between one of those two knives, I would probably go with the Zorn. I would. The One Track Mind Zorn looks amazing. I absolutely love what they did with the One Track Mind Zorn. And if you guys aren't familiar, One Track Mind. The Zorn. Look at that. Would I go Japanese Tanto or would I go drop point? I think I'd probably go Japanese Tanto, to be honest with you. Yep, pre-order starts June 24th. So the pre-order is live, boys and girls. And you can get it in belt satin DLC. Copper with a copper PVD blade. Belt satin. 320. Hand satin is 320. Are these all 320? 330. And he's got lefty versions. Look at that. You know, I will say this. I was slightly disappointed that he didn't do something like the pocket clip from this Cortex XL, like a flatter blind screwed pocket clip like this. I think would have looked so much better than the pocket clip that he went with. But it still looks better than a wire clip. The liner lock mechanism reminds me of the mechanism from the Cortex XL. It's kind of this tab that sticks out. That's what it reminds me of. I love the handle scales, love the blade shapes. It kind of reminds me, it's very Cortex XL-ish, Rob Johnson cedar-ish. Like you can definitely tell that there's some inspiration there. Super deep swedge on the top. Yeah, I'd probably go with this guy. I think that it looks great. Japanese Tanto all day. With the compound grind, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. The drop point and the Tanto are so close. The difference is going to be that the Tanto has the compound grind, and I'm a big fan of compound grinds. I really am. You get a lot of performance out of the hollow ground belly. You really do. Blue crystallized tie for reference. It's gonna have crystal tie on there. It's really tempting, guys. But again, this is why I never get around to getting the Drift LCT. I always get distracted. Yeah, no, between the TW Price Dawn or the Zorn, I'd go Zorn. I would 100% go Zorn, and I would not feel bad about that. The TW Price Dawn is great. It's a fantastic knife. It's very well designed and very well made. But there's something about the Zorn that really piques my interest. You know, whenever I see this knife and I see the compound grind, I see those scales, and there's something that is really, really attractive about that. And for comparison, the TW Price Dawn, he's on the version 3 now, right? By comparison, release 518. So these have been released. By comparison, Like, that is a really freaking cool knife. Blind screwed pocket clip. Like, the pocket clip is definitely a step up from what we saw on the Zorn. The diamond handle texture looks amazing. Hand rubbed satin finish looks amazing. But it doesn't pluck my heartstrings like the Zorn does. And keep in mind, I have no vested interests in either of these companies. I really don't. You know, I'm an outsider looking in. I have handled a TW Price Dawn, and I thought that it was great. So I don't think you'd be upset either way. I think you'd probably be pretty happy either way. If you go with the Dawn, make sure to get the diamond handle texture. That pocket clip, in my opinion, is a better pocket clip design. Who knows? People might disagree with me. Who knows? Sierra Rick says, Roll, what's everyone's favorite deployment on a pocket knife? I prefer thumb studs. I prefer a deployment hole. 100%. I like thumb studs. I like front flippers, although it's not my favorite. I like kickstop flipper tabs. My favorite, though, has got to be a deployment hole. Or a deployment hole fuller combo. Yeah. Yeah. Where'd it go? I also really like fuller deployment, like the Cortex XL. It's just fuller deployment. Oh, man. Freaking Cortex XL. John says Riot is the OEM for the Zorn. Not surprised at all. Jim also, yeah, deployment hole is honestly, it's logically speaking, it is one of the best deployment options, period. Blade Shooter, what's up, man? He says, I'm lusting after all three of those, Dawn, LCT, and the Zorn. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to own all three of those. But if there was a hierarchy, it would go LCT, Zorn, and then the Dawn. Blue, have a good rest of your night, brother. Thank you so much for riding with the channel. We'll catch you on the flip side. John says, no one-track mind company is the designer. I'm confused. Oh, I see. That was a response to Paul Mills. Says, it's a Riot in-house design? No. One Track Mind is the designer. Riot is the OEM. All right, guys. All right. All righty. So we're going to go ahead and kill the music. Listen, there will not be a live stream on Saturday. I know. No live on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, because I'm going to be out of town. It's 4th of July weekend, baby, and I'm going to go visit family. So there will not be a live stream on Saturday. With that being said, guys, I hope that you absolutely have a killer 4th of July. I hope you light up the sky with all your fireworks. I hope that you do the weekend warrior thing and bring out the barbecues. Throw some steaks on the barbecue. Get out the hamburgers. Feed the children. All that good stuff. For me, we're going to go ahead and call it here. New content is out on the Vosted Vombat. I also have another episode on on two more knives actually dropping tomorrow as well. I've got a really cool episode I'm working on right now that should be out soon on the TS Prof Cadet Pro, which should be a good time. So keep your eyes peeled for more content. But guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. So if you want to chat it up, find me in the Only Spartans Discord. For those of you there, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, you have a fantastic 4th of July weekend.